The youthful Leonardo da Vinci was often observed with a worried countenance in the heart of Renaissance Florence. He was a failing artist, suffering not because his work was of poor quality, but because he couldn't bring himself to complete any of his paintings. There was always something he thought wasn't quite right, not quite ready to be displayed to the rest of the world. He'd start with huge ideas and even larger goals, only to quit the canvas halfway through, leaving it as a sliver of his brilliance. Despite his clients' encouragement and his friends' gentle chastisement, Leonardo was trapped in a cycle of failure. He painted and painted, but nothing seemed finished. Unfinished paintings littered his workshop, like ghosts of his creative failures. An respected art critic from Rome, known for his scathing criticisms, decided to pay Leonardo a visit one day. He'd heard about the strange artist with an assortment of incomplete works, and he was fascinated. Leonardo was terrified when he learned of the critic's coming. When the reviewer came, he wandered around the studio quietly, his eyes skimming over the many incomplete pieces. Leonardo waited nervously near the door, expecting a strong punishment. After what seemed like an age, the critic turned to face him, his harsh expression softening into a grin. "Young man," he said, "you think you're a failure because you haven't finished these works. But what you don't perceive is the distinct beauty that each piece has, even in its imperfect form." He pointed to an incomplete image of a lady, her smile enigmatic, her eyes remote. "Take this, for example. The lady's grin isn't full, but it has a certain mystery about it that draws the observer in. It's like a symphony of unsaid words." For the first time in a long time, Leonardo looked at his paintings, actually looked at them. He considered his creations as unique works of art that express tales in their own, incomplete manner. They were stunning in their natural, untamed state. They were perfect in their flaws. Leonardo was inspired and resolved to embrace his own style. He began working on his paintings with a fresh zeal, no longer concerned with making them flawless or complete. Each stroke of his brush was laced with his passion for art and acceptance of his own style. Leonardo da Vinci, the artist who never completed his paintings, became a celebrity in the years that followed. Everyone who viewed his paintings, particularly the curiously smiling Mona Lisa and the haunting Last Supper, was captivated. They were awestruck by the beauty of the unfinished, the appeal of the unfinished. As a result, Leonardo learnt that failure was not the end, but rather a stepping stone toward discovering his unique position in the world. His struggle, his alleged failures, were, in fact, the keys to his unparalleled success. His failings did not define him, but rather his capacity to perceive beauty where others could not. As a result, he established himself as one of the world's finest painters.